Hey there, history buffs! Mr. Northrup here, back with another journey through time. So buckle up, because today we're diving into the wild, diverse, and fascinating world of Native American societies across North America. From slingshot-wielding bird hunters to epic potlatch parties, we've got it all. Let's get rolling. First off, let's talk about diversity. That's one of those words that has been causing a little confusion among Americans lately.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
The native groups of North America were as varied as the landscapes they inhabited. Lush rainforests in the Northwest, scorching deserts in the South, and so much more in between. It's kind of like they were living in a continent-sized theme park.
It's a bit of a stretch, don't you think?
But areas such as modern-day California were nothing like they are today, with movie stars and overpriced avocados as far as the eye can see. Back then, you would have found tribes like the Kashiapomo hunting waterfowl with slingshots and nets. Up north, the Yurok and Hoopa were busy fishing in mountain streams and gathering acorns. Think of it as their own version of Survivor, but with much better snacks.
What's that? Pig intestines. Everybody has 3 ounces.
Now, if you thought beach life was all about surfing and sunbathing, think again. Take it from me. I lived in Florida for 5 years, and the beaches are full of rude tourists, and the water is this lukewarm human soup seasoned with a delightful blend of seaweed and sweat and shame.
Tell us how you really feel. Am I right?
Now, of course, to my friends in Florida, I'm only kidding. Please don't unsubscribe. On the northwest coast, the Kwakiutl, Nootka, and Haida were collecting shellfish and hunting whales, sea otters, and seals. Oh my! Talk about a seafood buffet. They also decorated their homes with totem poles that told their entire family histories. Imagine having your life story carved into a giant wooden pole for everyone to see. Actually, you guys don't have to imagine that. Your entire lives are on Instagram and TikTok. What has this world come to?
It's all over social media.
And speaking of showing off, let's not forget those aforementioned potlatches. These were epic parties where the host gave away tons of stuff to show off their wealth and their status. They'd spend years planning these shindigs. It was like an episode of Oprah, except the prizes were, well, not what we might consider valuable today. And if you head on down to the dry Southwest, you'll find tribes like the Pima and Pueblo who were descendants of the Hohokam and Anasazi that we talked about last time. They built settlements near waterways like the Rio Grande where they could irrigate their farms. They even built multi-story houses made of adobe or stone. And if you think underground clubs are cool, wait until you hear about their kivas.
You watch your mouth.
These ceremonial chambers were basically giant underground man caves where the ancient Puebloans threw their coolest parties. They also held secret meetings and sometimes even performed spiritual rituals. Picture a cozy round basement hangout, complete with a built-in fireplace for those chilly nights and a roof hatch that's basically the ultimate clubhouse entrance. Moving over into the eastern woodlands, the Iroquois and other tribes built villages in forest clearings. They combined agriculture with hunting and gathering, crafting everything from snowshoes to canoes. These guys were the ultimate multitaskers, blending survival skills with some serious woodworking talent. Move over, Bob Vila.
Who the heck is that?
Now let's talk trade. Native American tribes traded everything from wild rice to pottery, creating a vast transcontinental network. It was like Amazon Prime, but with fewer drones, and workers didn't have to pee in Gatorade bottles to avoid getting fired.
Allegedly.
While they did trade many things, land was not one of them. They believed land was sacred and couldn't be owned or sold. Cue the dramatic clash with Europeans who thought everything had a price tag.
Awkward.
Native Americans also saw the natural world as filled with spirits. Every object, living or non-living, had a voice. A native of the Cayuse tribe, known as Young Chief, once stated, "The ground says it is the great spirit that placed me here." Talk about being one with nature. I know of a few students I've had over the years who might need reminders to just go outside and touch grass.
Got him!
Also of note is the fact that social structures varied widely. Among the Iroquois and Hopi, women owned household items, while other cultures traced ancestry through the father's line. Either way, the division of labor was a key component to social order. The Kwakiutl, for instance, had slaves for menial jobs and nobles to enforce laws, sort of like that show Downton Abbey, but with more, I don't know, totem poles?
I've never even watched that show.
So there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of Native American societies, each with its own unique way of life, beliefs, and traditions. Stay tuned for our next episode where we dive into the encounter between Native Americans and Europeans. Spoiler alert, it's not exactly a story of puppy dogs and rainbows, although there are plenty of another kind of bow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an adventure with yours truly, Mr. Northrop. Stay curious, history nerds. I'll see you next time.